Hey guys, welcome to our daily stock market insights. And today we are going to discuss your requested stocks. And of course, we've also reviewed the most trending ones, and I have that listed down for you guys. And we shall review them one by one. If this is your first time to watch our video, know that we're doing this every single day, and we just purely do technical analysis, charting, and whatever insights I could share. Hopefully, that could be helpful in your trade the next day. And I'm inviting you all to hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're always updated whenever we have new videos. Okay, so let us get started. I am going to load my chart and I'm using Bollinger Band and RSI along with our volume here as our main indicators. And let's get started. Let's take a look at um, our PSCI first. Okay, so it's the third day where we have good performance, not just for our stocks in the index, but a lot of the stocks in the Philippine market. We've seen promising movement since yesterday, in fact, after that decline. So this is already the third day where we've seen recovery. So, and for now, we're looking at the nearest resistance to be still at the MA20 level, so we're not changing that. So most likely we will still have some movements, okay, some movements to the upside, and it has to first break this resistance area right at the MA20 line before we can say we're safe. And that now will break the downward channel here, downtrend channel. So that's something we need to look forward to. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so let's get started. This is these are the stocks you guys have requested. So let me just put that over here. So it's easier. So let's start with Merry Mart. Merry Mart, okay, so looks like people have started taking profit right at this level. So I'm thinking we have started to build a resistance right at this area where you used to have your support. And we've started pushing the price higher, crossing the MA20 line. But as we go near this price area or price level, there was a rejection that happened. So I'm thinking people are now taking profit. So, well, this is already a what? Let us say some people already entered at this level. So that is a wow, 44% increase from the bottom that we have here. So if in case it drops, if it will respect the uptrend performance, next possible drop would be around 2.47, and by then it will create a higher low, and then if it recovers and bounces at that area, then there's a big chance it will now create a higher high, and then there you have an uptrend. So for now, watch out and see what happens around 2.47, that being our support area. JFC, JFC also starting to show some performance here. Uh, Attempting, okay, still attempting to break the MA20 level. So hopefully if it starts much higher, or let's say it starts around 132 or 133, that's still fine, provided it does not break that level. Let's say tomorrow it will go up and down and then end at a much higher price, then we're still good. But if it breaks the 132.89, chances are it will go back to the 125 level. Okay, so that's our indicator. I mean, conditions 132.89 or higher. Then we can say, okay, we're now entering an uptrend. But if the sentiment is lower than 132.89, so it might go back to its previous support and establish probably a stronger support at that level. The next one, oops, hold on, I'm just gonna put my cell phone on mute. All right, the next is Dito. Okay, so just very quickly, there's a news about JFC, and it has recorded a 10 billion loss, so that's not a good story for the company. And let me see here. What is the story? So I know they have closed around 200 plus branches. By the end of 2020, JFC would have reduced its 2019 store count of 5,945 by 416 stores, or 7%. So wow, 416 stores to be closed. Despite reporting losses in the first half, JFC shares at the exchange managed to grow 4.8 or 3.80% to close at 131 each on Wednesday. JFC's financial performance is expected to be bad and could possibly record a net loss for the full year of 2020, but recovery outlook for next year, starting this third quarter, makes this stock still attractive to investors along with its strong balance sheet in this time of pandemic. Yeah, so I'm not hyping, but considering the strong foundation of Jollibee, and of course the the country is very supportive of their product, and even in this time they still have revenue. We just entered a brand new model of consuming their goods, right? We now order it, and then Jollibee products are delivered into your home. But I'm not sure for the other. Yeah, there's like when I order in Grab, I see Red Ribbon, and I think Coffee Bean is also part of the list, but in our place in Cavite, it's not part of the option. But I think in Metro Manila, there are a lot of offerings as well, and other probably. I'm not sure for the other restaurants that they own. I don't know if they're also offered, but a lot of their products are offered in the delivery services currently. So I'd say there's a decline in revenue, but this company is really strong. Rather, if you'd like to be ahead of the game, because 100% sure we will be getting out of this crisis one way or the other. It's just a matter of time, but I know that we're very near that point because vaccines are being developed already almost in so many countries. We're just waiting for that final date of their release. So this is still a very cheap level if you come to think of it. Okay, so that is Jollibee. The current support that I see is around 132.89. Yeah, it used to be our support here. We started to trigger the MA20 line, so we could have some more bullish movements by tomorrow. RSI is already in the 50 level. Foreign buying is already happening, so I think that's promising. Dito, stayed flat. I think it's having a difficult time breaking the MA20 line, so there's a big chance that investors will still be given a chance at a much cheaper price, probably around 255 level. So if you want, you can start accumulating at that area, or you can wait for it to cross the MA20 line so that the conviction is stronger that it's already uptrend. So those are your key levels. And if you want to really know where the next possible resistance is, that would be around 294 to 295 level. Yeah, around that area. I see a support over here and some consolidation over here. So 292 to 295 would be an area to check out as resistance. Next one, nickel. As for nickel, okay, profit taking. It has reached a resistance. So this is the resistance that we're looking at. There. Used to be a support over here, became a resistance over here, and then this day when the price hit that level, there was a rejection that happened. I will not be surprised because it has been on a steady climb since June. So people are taking profit and it's just normal. We just need to know where could it possibly drop. Possibly at the 2.39 area, 239, 240 level. So that could be an area that it will revisit. Okay, 2.40 level. So if you want to get in this stock, just wait for that perfect timing and see first if there's a confirmed bounce at the 2.40 level before you move up again. I mean before you enter again. The next is APX. For APX, same story. This is a sign of weakness. Look at the body of the candlestick. It's much bigger than this one. So we are going to measure where the area where it could possibly drop. Let's take a look at the weekly so we know the levels. Okay, so there's another one here, but it could also end up to this area. So 1.51. Yeah, around that level. I see this as a support area, but if I'm going to plot it here, I think that's already very high. If it will revisit, it could revisit 1.51 there, right? Over here, support. So it could possibly revisit 1.51, and we're not 100% sure that as soon as it hits 151, nothing will happen. We still have to observe. That's why if you want to request for this stock, go ahead and comment down below, and we'll review that every day if you want. Just comment the stock you want. Okay, so 151, because I see consolidation right at this level, and then from there we observe and see if you'll have a bounce. Okay, also right away I can see it giving us some more bearish movements because look at the uh, current state of the RSI. We're now at the overbought level. Okay, the next one is FNI. FNI also triggering a possible profit taking day tomorrow. It actually started today. We had a gap up. Fine, that's okay. But after that gap up, most of the sentiment was really pulling down the price. So I just feel like it will give us some more uh, dips in the coming days. And the next possible drop is 1.05. Reason being is you have your MA20 line right at this level. So it's just most likely it will respect the MA20 line. And the next one is IDC. IDC still doing sideways, and we'll use your MA20 as your support right over here. 180, this used to be your support, and consolidation here. So 1.80 guys, it could possibly drop, and who knows, right? It will drop but will also recover the same day because sometimes you have long wicks like this one, right? And this one. it touches the support area and then bounces right away. So just observe. If you have the time to watch or time the market, go ahead and do that. In the meantime, if you're a long-term investor, this is your accumulation stage. You can add some more volume and then wait for the stock to really take off. CHP. As for CHP, also, moving sideways over here, and we had some slight recovery the previous day. How much is this? Yeah, because 8.53% increase in just a day in the Philippine market. That's already a significant amount. People normally would tend to, take profit whenever there's a big movement. The next day there's a reverse performance. For instance, like this one, there's change in performance right away. This one too, big or a significant change in price, then people took profit. So same here. So there's a noticeable increase in the price, slight push higher, but people took profit right away. So I just feel like it will go back to its previous support or resistance, and we will now create a support at that area. 0.95 is the support I'm looking at. Next one is MWC. MWC, we're not safe, considering that it did not even reach the MA20 line over here. So we're still not done with the downtrend. Or it could even be, you can stretch it up to here, right? And then Control C, Control V, use this as your downtrend channel. So most likely it will just go that way, and unless it breaks out of that trend line, which is acting as a resistance right now, if it breaks that, then there's a big chance that we're now going to face a reversal or a change in direction. Otherwise, it will just continue its downtrend. Currently, I will not be surprised, because for the past since April, this has been on a climb, and people are just taking profit right now. So I think I mentioned this previously when price was right at this level. I know I reviewed this past weeks. So when it broke the MA20 line, that was already our hint that we might have some more declines. Next one is MRC, another promising stock. I think starting to reverse now. And it actually started when we had that ceiling play, and then there was another push the next day, but did not really uh, last long. So it created a brand new support, and we were right at that level, and it is now starting to climb up. So we might see the next resistance right at the 0.26 level. 0.26, there you go. So that could be the next possible profit taking area. Okay. The next one is VLL. VLL, okay, we're still at the oversold level, and this now is still trying to create a stronger support right at the 2.91, 2.95 level. And one thing that we can also start observing is a possible reversal really coming soon. We just needed to see that confirmation, like probably a green candlestick forming right at the support area and much higher than its current price. Reason why I said that we might see some change in direction really soon is because we now have an RSI that is showing us some bullish divergence there. So price was declining, but your RSI is starting to go higher. The next one is tech. As for tech, okay, we've shown some recovery here for the past how many days. Very, very minimal movement to the upside. However, in today's performance, we had some slight rejection at the MA20 line, so we could possibly be, you know, decline by tomorrow and revisit the 5.10 level. Otherwise, sometimes it could also break that. If, for instance, we start at 6.19 and then it pushes the price higher, then that's a different story now. Okay, because sometimes it could also do that. Like this one, it made an attempt to push the price, but there was a rejection. There has a slight overshoot. Well, this one is not a perfect example, but it it tried to really go beyond the MA20 line. I think this is a perfect example. So it tried to push the price higher. It got rejected, but it started to cross the MA20 line, and so there was some more movements going up. So that could also happen. You will first experience some rejection, and then it pushed the price higher. So we don't know. Maybe it could even drop up to 5.57 and then push the price higher. The next one is AGI. AGI still creating some support at this level, 5.49. Volume is starting to build over here. We're still at the oversold area. So I just have a feeling this is an area a very promising area to look to monitor, because we might experience the bounce at this level. So see that here there was no volume, and then when the volume started to pick up, next movement was a push in the price. Here as well, as we decline, this is where the volume is starting to pick up. So that could mean something as well. Next one is BDO. BDO, okay, also experienced some difficulty breaking the MA20 line, but let us see, considering that the index has also shown some recovery there. But the index, I remember, it's also very near the MA20. Oh, not yet. There's still some wiggle room there. Let me see. So we still have to observe. Okay, hopefully it just stabilizes in the area and then, break the MA20 line. But overall, we're very, very cheap, guys. If you're a long-term investor, very attractive price level. The next one is DMC. DMC also attempted to break the MA20 line, and we managed to increase the price. Imagine that. It's almost a 10% increase in the price. Although just, for traders out there, just be mindful of the candlestick that we have today, because two things. We're now at the MA20 line, which could act as a resistance when you're moving below that level, right? Second, it's a red candlestick that when it shows at the resistance area could mean a bearish signal. So just see. Okay. From now, I still would like to plot our support at this area, just in case that price level gets revisited. I just feel like this support is already a strong support. Just in case it goes down again, I feel that it will just move sideways and then go up. Next one is SM. As for SM, okay, there was profit taking, and now I feel like this is just it has just established a higher low. So I will still use this trend line as our support. Okay, so it has established a much higher support than the previous one. So this is your key level, 865.09. So I just feel like we might see some more push in the price higher. So if you want to start accumulating, go ahead. There's still a promising risk to reward ratio at the moment. Next one is SMPH. SMPH, nice. So let us see. So we talked about uh, bounce, right? When we end outside of the Bollinger Band, we have to check in the next 3 days. We should be engulfing this area. So I would still plot our support right at this level, considering that we have not fully engulfed this. Okay, so in case there's profit taking that will happen, at least you could negotiate and get this at a much cheaper price. Overall, if you were to look at it, this is still considered sideways movement. Okay? We have revisited this price level multiple times to 28.49. Next one is SMC. SMC, very minimal movement, but I feel like we are already at the support area again, right? Another promising setup for a very stable company. There you go. So it revisited a price back in 2018. Also, 0.35. Yeah, I was able to get in the stock and also got the dividend. URC. URC, nice move. We're triggering the upper Bollinger Band right now. See that? And while we are still seated at a resistance area, what we can say here is that if price starts at 134.40 and it pushes the price higher, then we have a breakout play. Okay, and look at the Q2 earnings, guys. The entire Q2 is already a lockdown period, and this stock had a very promising performance. So one of the very few who survived this crisis. So I think this stock is really worth looking at if you want to engage in long-term investing. Okay, so there you have it, guys. I was able to review these stocks for you. If some of the stocks that you are holding on to right now have not been reviewed, go ahead and drop a comment so I can prioritize them in my video tomorrow. In the meantime, thank you guys for watching, and bye-bye for now.